Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for my client Gustov's vlog. If you guys would please remember to click like down below, follow or subscribe if you aren't yet, and please drop me a comment. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, for those who have been following this series, Gustov, and I really want to put some of his physique update pictures up soon. He still wants to wait to put some up. He's looking great. So Gustov is intermediate lifter. You know, he's only been working out a couple years here. Youngest lifter I have currently at 20 years old. He is not interested in powerlifting or strength sports. He simply wants a really good physique. He wants to stay natural, wants to be a drug-free guy. So I have him on a 4-day split, doing around 9 sets of body part realistically. When you add everything up, we're in maybe 6 to 9 sets. Per week, per body part, keeping in mind there's some splashovers. So people say, what about the quads? Well, we have conventional deadlifts in there, which work the quads, along with the actual squats and quad work. So yeah, we're averaging, when you look at everything, around 9 sets a week. Some of them get more through a different splashover. So we have a chest and tricep day to start. And I'm going to increase his tricep volume a little bit, I think, coming forward. Chest has been his weakest body part. Okay, his pecs have been his weakest body part, so I'd like to start the week there. I want to hit him from every angle. So we do a flat bench, we do an incline barbell bench, and we do decline dumbbell presses. And then we follow that up with tricep press downs. Now in his case, because we have overhead pressing and all of that stuff on the other day, and we have all this pressing, I only do one tricep exercise for now. We do need to work that up over time. Keeping in mind he's an intermediate. He is an intermediate. I don't have to do all that far, and in fact his triceps are really not a weak link in terms of his overall physique. So we end up doing just 3 sets of tricep press downs to failure at the end of his chest day. All right, and it works pretty straightforward for him. And everything is just basic progressive overload. I don't use a lot of exercise variation. As long as we're hitting every muscle from a couple different angles, full range of motion quality sets with good form, we're good. And everything's been coming along. And yes, I only have one leg day for him because realistically, he's not chasing to look, like a monstrous bodybuilder. He just wants good, big proportionate legs. So it's like, 1 week of squatting, deadlifting, and, a few machines to bridge all the gaps and fill everything in. Perfectly fine there. He'll get big legs. Trust me, he'll get big legs as one of my lifters, no matter how we break it down. I have him squatting and leg pressing, Same stuff I do to build, well, obviously there's a lot more variation for my 500 plus pound squatters. Same idea, squat variations, leg presses. That's how we build those muscles. For his pull day, we do weighted pull-ups. And, we're in a good spot. He can crank out, 10 pull-ups with weight added already. So again, for someone starting out pretty young, we're in a good spot there. So again, I had him pull barbell rows out because he kept puking when doing the higher rep barbell rows. He went and puked. He's like, it's just killing my gains, coach. So we took him out, and I'm letting him do some more machine stuff here. And again, I'm fine with that. I do all chest supported lat stuff myself these days, even though I love the barbell row. I personally do the same thing because I do a lot of deadlifting in good mornings. I mean, I come in and do 500 pound good morning. I don't want to put a bunch of other stress on my low back other than, 6 to 8 sets of reverse hypers every week. So I get it. It's no point in doing all that for him. We have other stuff in here. But over time, I am going to want to do more stuff for his low back, some back extensions and things. So after the cable rows, we do incline dumbbell rows. You guys know I'm a fan of that for upper back because I want to thicken his back up. His back is wide, like now that I've got update pictures. He's got wide lats now relative to his overall structure. He's a taller guy, by the way. But his back does lack some thickness. So I want to hit these different angles. I'm going to put more deadlift volume in and things. So afterwards, we do a strict barbell curl. So after the 3 types of back movements, we're hitting 3 different angles, just like with the chest, 3 different angles of inclination pretty much. We do barbell curls, and then he does preacher curls, right? We do a nice strict preacher curl. So again, another exercise I like a lot. I think it's a good combination, the barbell with the preacher. because again, we're hitting a couple different angles, a little more focus on the brachialis and everything there. Whereas with that straight bar, it's a lot more bicep because we're locked into that supine position, whereas the preacher curl works a little more brachialis, letting him use that slightly closer angle on an easy bar. So again, kind of working those different angles a little bit. I think it's a good combination. Then for the shoulder day is very straightforward. I just have him do 4 exercises. So really, yeah, we do 12 sets for the delts. Why? Because he doesn't have a lot of meat on his bones yet, and he wants a certain physique look, so we hammer delts. I have more advanced lifters who don't do any delt work, who are big and thick already. Like if they're thick and wide, some of them I don't do any direct delt work. I've never needed to. But they're also strong lifters. It's like some of my guys bench and double their body weight. Like Doug, if you guys remember Doug's vlogs, like Doug had great shoulders just from rowing and incline benching, right? But he could also incline bench 325. Kind of matters. So with Gustov here, we do a strict press. Then I have him do, again, upright rows. Notice he's nice and strict on these, easy on the shoulders. And then we do lateral raises and then rear delt work. So again, nice balance for shoulder development here. So we're hitting all the angles, right? So 2 big compounds, obviously want them a little more focus on the front, and then we isolate the side delt, isolate the rear delts. So again, what I'm trying to do here, guys who are chasing a certain look, especially depending upon their frame and structure, I'm going to double down on some delt work. Again, guys who have a goal of, I want an aesthetic physique, and they're still not real big yet. They don't have a lot of meat on their bones. We're really going to probably hammer delts hard because it's going to give them that look more quickly. Whereas in a guy who's thicker already, wide shoulders and stuff, I'm probably not going to care. So it does matter in that context. I'm not saying they won't do any delt work, of course. Just saying, not going to be as big of a deal. All right, leg day, we did 3 sets of squats. He does a high bar squat. He told me on this he had to stop, and then he didn't do the deadlifts because his upper back felt like a pop in it. Like his lat almost felt like he almost pulled a lat doing the squats. And some of that's the case of we have to work on getting him locked in tighter, getting those elbows down. So after the squats, of course, he does the leg press. I'm not super wild about this leg press machine, but I live with it for him. Right, I live with it. So we work with what we have available. But that's okay because he goes really deep on the squats, or deep enough. We're doing a high bar squat. I wish we had access to it, like a plate loaded type machine for him. You know, and maybe one day when he'll change gyms, eventually we'll get to one with a little more serious setup for that. And then, of course, we do calf raises and we do hamstring curls. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.